let's take a look. 1 o'clock, 5 minutes. To 47s, 57s to 47s. Okay. All right. This is a clear breakout level here. Right? Most frequent, let's say this right here is BSL. All right, shorts look good. Shorts look good here. Shorts look good. Incredible. Incredible. We have an order on very light liquidity today, to be honest with you. For pre-market, it's fairly high though, right? Very high liquidity for pre-market, in my opinion. Yeah, very high for a pre-market, in fact, actually. This could change very quickly here. This could tell me that kind of like channeling down here, like sideways before the 9:30 open, and then right when it opens up, we're gonna get a swing. It's cold. But I like this setup right here for shorts. Maybe we come back up here. All right. Buyer breakout. Nice volumetric buyers here. Clearly sellers on the right hand side, more sellers here. And then book map. Liquidity is more upside. We already broke below it. But buyers look pretty nice here. All right, they've been accumulating since 6 a.m. Pushing higher and higher and higher. We have this nice little pullback here. Could chop a little bit and then we get a dump here. Yep. I think it's likely. We got a nice neckline retest here. We're going to retest maybe to this support area. Yeah, I think so. Into the 70s maybe. That's what I would like to see. We'll see what happens though. We will see. I don't want to get caught here. It could swing here. Alright, I'm taking a short here. Try it out. See what I got. Nice entry condition. I'll try for 75s here. 75.25s. Wow. Very quick trade. Very nice one, in fact. I really like that. Sellers have been showing themselves very often, especially on the open here, so I love that for myself. First trade of the day, up 267, right? I'm going to be looking for another trade later today. Maybe around the support here underneath. We're only 160 point range, so the fact that we're neckline retesting here could indicate another bearish move to the downside here, maybe a dip, and then a potential push back up. That is what I'm kind of thinking, and yeah, I might be done for the day already. Holy shit. It's crazy. I was like about 13 points, I think. then this was about $400, $500. Yeah. Jeez. Morning, Kutan. How are you? How are you, brother? Yeah, I took this trade right here. Pretty simple. I'll tell you exactly why, to be honest with you. We've been selling really hard for the whole market, right? Been selling, 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 constantly selling, right? Something to keep in mind. I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing solid, man. I took just one trade here. That was it. I literally took it right here and just got out right here. Just right, I think right here, and then I got out right there. I might try to take one more later. Depends on like what the environment's gonna give me here, but right now, right now it looks like they're retesting this range here. They could push below and try to go for the 316.25s level. I've also seen a day where like if they're if the buyers and sellers are gonna be yeah, no worries, I can explain it. I didn't oh no I didn't like it takes like 2 seconds to explain, so it's fine. But practically, like, it was a pretty solid, move. And I'm doing pretty good, by the way. I'm doing solid. I'm doing happy. I'm happy. I'm happy today. So I'm up, and I took one trade, and I'm feeling good about it. So basically, what it was is that this right here was a sure tail, and you can see how it bounced off my level, right? Look at that fucking bounce, man. Yeah. Um, Basically how this was is that there was actually on the book map there wasn't much there wasn't much to say, to be honest with you. The book map today was very unclear, and there was no like real liquidity zones and stuff like that. Nothing good really going on with the book map, just because the market hasn't opened yet. But right over here you can see that on the volume profile around 6 a.m. we've been buying, and we've been going up in increments of large buying volume, right? But this to me tells me that no, it could be short sellers covering, which is why like the swings are so erratic and big, because the shorts are literally covering by market order. That's why there's large swings to the upside. Morning, Elsie. How are you? So yeah, like basically we're getting large buying volume, and that's because now the buyers and the short sellers are covering at the same time, and that's why the price is moving in these big incremental chunks for 25 points a minute, right? So I know that with these type of environments, sometimes the market will turn green, but the short sellers are going to obviously re-add to their position when it gets to a certain comfortable level. And right here was a classic retest. Right here on the 15-minute chart, you can see that they retested the overall resistance at least once, right? And as the price is coming down, you kind of ask yourself, where's the most reasonable level of support, right? The most reasonable level of support where they started buying. It's just right here. You know what I mean? So you can see that overnight we kind of in this area, out of this area, inside this area. But you can see there's a lot of consolidation in this area, right? So this right here tells me that this is a very comfortable level of support. So if the price is going to, reject at the highs here, I think the next level of support that buyers would be interested is going to be within this range, or potentially down in here in this range. And that's actually the reason why I took the trade. I took a short here, and my expectation was the price was actually going to be driven into this level, and basically this little consolidation right here. Let me just get rid of all these purple boxes now. Look at this consolidation here. That if you can't see it, like I'll show you right here. Lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, equal lows, which usually indicates that the market is going to market's very strong right now on the sells. It's usually equal lows means that there is a change in price. There's a possibility for a bounce, but they can't break above the previous high, and you could see that it broke another low. It kind of tells you that there's a possible dump under this this is a clear level of buyers, but if it does break underneath of it, it's a very high probability that it's gonna flush under. So my expectation was that after it broke this level, I jumped in shorts. My level of interest was in the support range, which is here, 364s, right? And that's how I decided on that short there. Now the sellers are very strong here, right? Very strong, 41 points. Could bounce actually. That makes sense, right? Yeah, I think that's very clear. This was very clear. You just have to be very conservative about your entry criteria, and yeah, that's all there really is to it. You just have to be conservative about it. I was looking at it; it's under the 105. It's consolidating tightly under the 105, and we're about to break below the support. I think there is a possibility that we run for the next support level, which is just right here. And that's what happened. Yeah. Sometimes it's better to take it at open, but usually around 9:15 is when things start kind of clearing up a little bit. So I like trading right after 9:15 because I know that there's an algorithm that sometimes sweeps it. 9:25 is always an algorithm. So the days of algorithm is 9:25. Right? You'll get one candle that is ridiculous. It's always stupid. The 9:30 open. The 10:30 10:30 is an algorithm level as well, because 10:30 is a reversal period usually. 2 p.m. is a new session, so usually 2 p.m. is a sell algo period around like bull markets, and it can also be a 2 to 4 p.m. Bull run or a bull recovery after a really big sell off on the day. Which is rare on 2 to 4 p.m. on the sell off, but it's very common in a consolidation on 2 to 4 p.m. where, like, if the market is kind of channeling sideways, kind of like this, and around 2 to 4 p.m., most of the time it's going to sell off around 2 to 4 p.m. on an algorithm. Yeah, I think I started working on my video recently, man. Like I'm generally like started posting more regularly, so I actually have all like my stuff on YouTube too. Like I made I'm just making a little quick video, right? I'm just making a little quick video on like my iMovie page and everything, and I'm just like editing it out right now, just for like a regular video on exactly like my goals for the year, and I want to see, like, I want to look back at that later, and then also my shorts, it kind of blew up. Like my shorts actually kind of blew up, but it was just a meme. I just made a meme, right? And I think I could make it work if I tried doing shorts. Honestly, I could definitely make it work. It's just the ideas are really hard, man. Like it's genuinely hard to find ideas on how to like cater to people's like interest and stuff like that. Like you got to really know your audience, and most of the audience now is like young viewers, and most of the adults are already people that have been in the industry long enough, right? So I have to cater to the younger audience, and that's hard, like the younger the audience, like that's where you get most of your views on Instagram, YouTube Shorts, whatever. It's literally younger audience, right? The older people have already found their methods and everything, so it's like you got to make it really interesting for younger people to come and watch. And that's why, like, I find shorts is actually like a whole new ballpark, right? The audience is different, man. But yeah, so 9:25 algorithm, 10:30, 2 o'clock. Usually can happen like around 2 to 2:15. It can happen though. 2 o'clock, there's always some sort of algorithm in play. You just don't see it yet. It's very minuscule. Like they'll play it very gradually sometimes. Sometimes they'll dump it right at 2 p.m. Like they do that. Um, and then what else? We also have a 350 and 355. 350 and 355 always has a algorithm as well. 350, 355 candles will always have one spike for an algorithm. Yeah, I think buyers are back today. Look at that buying volume here. Okay, let's see it kind of break out here. I could take a long on my usual account here. I like that buying. I'm going to take it on my fundies here. Or not my fundeds, but my combine here for a potential breakout here. I'm going to aim for 800s maybe. Catch you later. Okay, it's closing within the range here. But I like that we broke back above VWAP here, so I think we might get a nice buying little bounce here. Okay, never mind. Thank God I didn't take that on my XFA, right? It's just crazy. Strong pullback. That like rejected right there, but I think that was a buying candle, honestly. Wow, what a crazy rejection. I think a lot of people would have got caught in that. That's a pullback. That's a single pullback. And I'm going to try that one more time maybe. With one mini this time. Damn, eh? Looks like it's gonna keep going, maybe? I don't know. Wow, my fucking combine took a hit. That's crazy. No buyers are here, though. So I'm gonna jump back in longs. Yeah. I got unlucky there. Potentially unlucky. Double bottom here. There's an order at 400s. So we could probably get 400s here. Right? Really strong level at 400s. Very nice order. If we break above that, I think we could run on the 400s here. Try to get another entry in here. Okay. My stop loss is the blow up of this account. Yeah, I'm just gonna let it blow up. That's an unlucky account. super unlucky. Yeah, so I blew up my combine, and that's the whole game. Sometimes it happens, honestly. I didn't expect it to be choppy like that either, but that's crazy to me. That's what happens. Like I didn't trade on my XFA for that reason, right? Only on my combines there. But because of that blow up for the combine, I'm not gonna trade um, that combine for a month. I'm just gonna leave it at 2 accounts probably for my XFAs, and then just basically look to scale up first to the 5K mark. And once I manage to scale my account, then I'll decide to jump and buy another like combine. But I'm definitely not gonna chase another combine after I just blew that up. So. But it looks like they have really large orders on the book map, both sides, between 400s and 300s. So that to me seems like a sideways market. If we close under 9:45 here in 2 minutes under 47s, I think we could definitely sell off here. It's starting to look like it. I think we're about to close under 47s here. I think we're about to dump here, guys. Yeah, it's possible that we dump. I might actually take a short here. Something nice here. Okay, taking this breakout would be scary to do, but it's a setup, so I mean, like I should technically take this short trade, but after blowing up my combine there, I don't know if I can really trust the short sellers after seeing those two large 50-point swings. That's fucking crazy to me, man. Way too crazy for me. I want to see it retest the open here. 9:30. But it already retested it twice, which is actually showing me signs that it wants to continue down more. We got a really big, like, bearish pattern here. Starting to feel like it. Yeah, see, that's why like I don't want to take shorts right now. They got really big orders on both sides of the market. About 300 on the downside, which means like there's more opportunities for them to drag it down, but the order flow is really big. It's very wide. It's very volatile right now. Very volatile. Volatility is increasing, so direction of the market is not likely to fake out. I think we could come back up here. Let's take a look at the 5 minute, larger time frame, less of the chop. We have lots of 5 minute candles here on the buying side. I'd like to say that like buyers are definitely in control today, and that we could actually get a nice exaggerated double bottom of some sort here. Maybe like a double bottom, dip under, and could be a double bottom actually forming. Want to see it on the 4 hour. We do have a nice 4 hour doji here. We do see that it's slowing down. We do see that we're under the support. But it does look to me that this one was a little bit more within the range of the move, right? So we have from here to there, 1,300 points. From here to there, it's about 1,000 points, which on average is the usual market move, right? So kind of making me wonder here, maybe this might be just that type of day where we only moved about 1,000 points in the direction that we're intending, and then we're gonna flip green. Yeah, it looks like it's climbing down slowly here. If we break under, I think we're just gonna run it actually. 200 points probably. Yeah. Yeah. Unlucky. I shouldn't have blown up this account technically. How many trades? 5 trades. Interesting. 5 trades. 5 trades to blow up an account. Yeah, it looks like that 4 hour candle just flipped red. Alright, so I think we're just washing right through that now. Buyers are here. Buyers are funnily here, but can't really trust it. I don't know. I don't really trust it. I'd rather take a short sell around 380s here if I can get an entry. Try to hold it a little bit longer. Settings, manage broker, and data feed. We're breaking under right now. Kind of doubt it. I don't know what's up with it. I kind of doubt this breakout. I doubt it for sure. I doubt this. I have so many doubts. Okay, let's take a look at the 3-minute here. Maybe 30 seconds. 30 seconds, definitely some buyer divergence kind of stuff here, you know, like what they did earlier here. Kind of feeling it here. Maybe a little wedge forming downside here. 5 trades? Yeah, I took 5 trades on my combine and blew it up, so just 5. Fucking crazy, eh? The swings were so big, man. I won't lie to you, like I underestimated the swings a little bit. Look at this, right? The swings were this right here, I thought was buying volume. Right? I got faked out. 48 points in 1 minute. Who would have known that like it would just go the opposite direction, right? Like almost instantly. And then on the second one, I jumped in on a dip here. I was up like 50 points or something like that, but I just didn't sell it because I wanted to make some of the money back, and because I didn't follow my process, I obviously screwed up and blew up that account. But what can I do, right? Can't do anything. Constantly going, bro. This is deep in the morning, eh? Jeez. Another solid continuation right past this mark. We're going straight to the next liquidity level. I'm only in 1 trade today. I've only taken 1 trade. I haven't traded for a while. Only 1 trade so far. Trying to figure out what they're doing here, you know? I definitely don't want to go in front of the bears though. I don't want to jump in front of the bears and get screwed here. Yeah, I think they're definitely strong. Like it's crazy to me. 36 points. Yeah, like 110s. 110s, maybe 100s. I see it on the order book anyways. We have one at 21,000. 21,000 here. Just right here. Right around here where the support is, which is coincidentally where my support is, right? I have like 2 support ranges here. We're breaking below. We're getting towards the 105 moving average. The market is so bearish. It's like, I don't even know what to say. You know, I told my friend yesterday, it's like the market's going to turn bearish. Something's definitely not here, so we're not going to be buying that dip anytime soon. I'll tell you that. Do not buy that dip. That is not a healthy dip, I'll tell you right now. What the hell is this? 1, 2, 3. It's like that, you know? It's like this. We're in a bearish market setting right now, so any kind of trade shorting would be really ideal here, right? A single doji here. I'm not gonna trust that yet. I want to see like a flushing candle on this one green doji, and then for them to recover to show me that there's buyers here. Because we trapped some buyers here for sure. They trapped some buyers on this left, on this right side. These are trapped buyers. This is a really strong sell. The buyers might get out now. Okay, we're starting to come back up here. We're starting to really come back up here. I like this. Really high probability trade right now. Okay, is it gonna be like this before? Like the same thing? That's what my real question is. Same thing. No, I'm gonna like, I'm really sure that like this is not really an ideal thing for me to take anyways, but I do like my chances here a little bit. No, I'm a buyer maybe. Look at that buying volume. They're not hiding, I'll tell you that. What's the price action history here? What are we seeing on the right hand side? On the left hand side here, what they're doing? Big pumps, and then basically an aftermath of a sell off. We could sell off here. 92s to 72s. I want to say like, I want to fucking put an order up here. Let's check the news. 10 a.m. News in 3 minutes. Let's see what happens in 3 minutes here. Could be a fake out. Could be a really big candle here, straight into 400s. Maybe. Could be a fake out here. I would love to see a fake out. That'd be nice. Right? We can see that right there. That candle's recovering very quickly. I just don't want to get wicked out on a 10 a.m. candle here. We have a very big order on 21-200s. And the order for 21-400s and 21-375 has not closed yet. What is that? What if that's a spoof, you know, for 10 a.m. news? It'd be interesting to see. Nice pullback. No inverted fair value gap anywhere here. I don't think that's a no inverted fair value gap. That's very macro, very small. Right? It should be right here. NAM news coming soon. Yeah. I want to see a nice breakout somewhere. So this right here would be the most recent level of interest. And this one right here is an expanding setup somewhat. Yeah, there's a buyer here. I'll wait until the 1 minute passes by here. Look at the volume. It's increasing crazy amount right now. Volume is very high. Volume is very high. It's the CB Consumer Confidence and Richmond Manufacturing Index. The CB Consumer should impact quite a bit here. Should be a pretty big move actually on this 10 a.m. candle. Unexpected, but yeah, definitely dumping here. Right, I want to see this recover in a way and create this inverted fair value gap for it to break back upside here. All right, so I want them to recover this move somehow for them to push it back up. Okay, another falling trend. Damn, today's really bearish, man. Just keeps going non-stop. It looks like it broke through one of the fundamentals. Now I want to jump in longs here maybe. This is the right type of trade. Little squish under. The liquidity on 21-200s right here. It flushed under, it hit the 200 mark, and the orders got filled. All the orders are filled, and now there's a large order to the upside here right after they did that. So I think there's a buyer here. There's a buyer here. Right? We have a buyer right now in this area, 21-200s. There's a buyer right there. Now I want to see how they react here. There's a buyer right there. There's a really big seller in this candle here, and there's a really big seller in this candle now. I'm gonna try it, man. I want to see it push right here into this level. Okay. Not bad. Really quick scalp there, because I know there's a buyer here in 21-200s. But I think we're gonna come back up here, maybe, man. I think there is a possibility for buyers to come back up into this level here. I think 300s or 350s. That's what it's showing here. 350s for some reason. I know that there's lots of strong buyers because, like, look at those pumps, man. 50-point pumps. When you see that stuff in the morning, it's like it kind of tells you in a way that like the market is in a state of indecision. The buyers could push it back up, but I don't know. It's my second trade of the day. Question is, do I cut it now while I am green? That's a good question, right? Cut it now while I'm really green. Sweep under, and next candle could be a green one here. Yeah, you know what? I'm just a buyer overall. Like I find it so funny, Elsie, that like my brain is telling me to buy when it's downtrending. Stupid. I don't know, man. Sometimes I don't know what's up with my brain right now. Like I'm wired to take longs only. Only take longs. I'm a bull trend trader. Because one thing that I know for a fact is on the daily range, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 red candles. 6 red candles, right? Statistically, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? On the 7th candle is usually a green day. And statistically, we don't have anything more than 6 days here, right? This is the first time where we have more than 6 days on a red selling setup. So I doubt that we don't turn green today. You know what I mean? Based on statistics, like we have not closed 6 candles in a row on the daily chart for the past like 5 years, man. So ask, I'm like, you know, you gotta ask, what's the thesis here, right? What is the thesis, right? I think it's very likely we turn green today. Not a single day here that's more than 6 days of red selling without at least 1 day of green in between the mark. And it kind of makes sense too that we're touching the 105 moving average here soon. So we could just pivot off of it, just like all the other times where we just kind of like slightly bounce off that level. We didn't exactly touch the 105. We could actually bounce here. But if it actually ends up being a red day today as well, and it doesn't come back up to open, this right here is going to get retraced. If it doesn't come back to open, then this is like in history, the first time it's gone 7 days without selling. And I think right here might be it, to be honest with you. I really want to take longs here. This might actually work out, man. To be real with you. This one actually might work out. This long might actually work out. The book map shows lighter volume orders on the downside, and we have lots of big orders on the upside. So there's about 300 to 400 contracts on the upside. You know? Makes me wonder where like they're gonna turn this. They might turn it here. Yeah, they might turn it here, man. This might be actually the area where they turn it. This seems like kind of looking like it right now. Look at that. Like, there's a lot of orders, you know? Like, take a look at this book map. Look how thick. Okay, so this is really like, this is a classic setup for me right now. This is a very high probability reversal. We are in a resting liquidity zone where there's retail investors only. There's not as many orders on the COB to the downside. It's very light. We're in a very big range on the buy side. So this is a buying range here, right? And then over here, we have all the sellers above. So I think we can really get a nice dip buy back into here where the sellers can basically re-add to their position around 350s. And that's why like I'm kind of contemplating on taking longs, right? That's actually the reason why I'm thinking about taking longs. And I might try to hold this one if it works out. And let's take a look on a larger time frame now in 4 hours. If we look to our left, we've been making higher lows on the 4-hour chart, right? 4-hour chart, higher lows, higher low, higher low. And now we are in that area where there's always a little bounce, right? There's a little bounce in that area. Seems like to me, right? And this time we got that exaggerated breakout here, which is probably the volume for the longs. Maybe the longs got trapped here. Maybe the longs are trapped, and now they're trying to push the volume all the way back to a key level where they think the longs are putting their stops. And I know there's a lot of longs here because it even says on the book map, right? But if it fails this area here, we're definitely going to come back and probably sweep the low here. It could be today, to be honest with you. And I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked. And if maybe even on the same day, we might get a nice large reversal candle later in the day, all the way back up to open. And that's going to be like one of those days, rare days where we have higher volatility. So we're going straight from 700 points down, 800 points down, and then another 800 points back up. That's like it looks like it to me. Like it looks like it could happen, honestly. That is definitely possible from what I'm seeing right now. I would be shocked not to see that. Yeah, look at this triple bottom. Triple bottom. Look at that consolidation here. You see it? Very tight consolidation. Very tight reversal consolidation type of trend here in play. Right? I'm going to take that and I'm going to try it out here for a breakout. I'm going to try it. I want to see it break right here, right now. I want to see a little breakout here. I'm going to stop it. Yeah. Fuck me. I got out a little bit too early. Shit. Fuck. Damn it. I screwed that one up. I screwed that one up a little bit. Shit. This is starting to look like it. This could actually break out. This is a pullback. I want to see it. Yeah, I want to see a breakout here. Yeah, you know, it looks like it. I might jump back in here. Yeah. Look at that strong selling candle. And watch it engulf maybe. We had buyers try to break out of here one time already. It could also be just another stupid bear flag right there. Yeah, you know what? They're making it hard now. Maybe I should just stop. I think that was my third trade. My third trade, right? Trade number 3. Trade number 3. Questions, right? Questionable. Dip under, maybe. A dip under and over. Yeah, a dip under and over. Maybe a trap here. Sellers are still strong here. Lots of selling candles. Yeah. I can see like there's a lot of profile now. A lot of people are loaded up here, you know? Lots of traders loaded up here. 43, 55, 23, 60. A lot of like short sellers are trapped now. We have a really big short seller at 200. A really big short seller at 200. But if we close above that, could get a run here. I think I'm going to try to juice it one more time, maybe. Definitely looking like a reversal now. 110% here. Definitely a reversal looking fucking thing. Stop losses maybe below this candle first. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna look at this here. I'm gonna look at the breakout potential on this reversal range here. Right? Breakout potential on this reversal here. I am going to wait here. Better to jump in shorts on this kind of move, but I don't know. Definitely something here. More red candles are forming, but this could turn into a right shoulder. Yeah, definitely a right shoulder of some sort. When are the buyers coming back here? They're not. We're breaking below the 200s now. It looks like some sort of continuation to the downside. Yeah, you know what? That's a short entry right there, around 60s. And look for 21 100s here. 21 100s maybe. Yeah, I might take a short here if it doesn't work out. What do people do? They go with the trend, with the trend, with the trend, not against the trend, with the trend. Right. Stubborn buyers, they couldn't break below it. Yeah, look at, you know, I can see it coming, man. I'm just waiting. I'm being so patient right now. The candles are getting bigger. 15-minute close is bigger candle, right? That to me tells me bigger picture now. Look, big sell candle, a nice little bit of resistance and support. It should have bounced right here at 212s. It didn't bounce though, right? Look how they rejected the 212s area. It didn't bounce it. So that to me looks like a continuation right here on the second candle because it has a larger sell-off. We could get definitely a little bit more of a sweep here towards 2100s now. Yeah, I think we're in a good place, man, for a stronger move now. But hell, you know, I don't know what's going on here. I gotta learn how to short. There's a level right at, what am I looking at? There's a gap right here at 112. A gap at 112 on the 45-minute chart. 45-minute chart has a 112 gap and a 1043 gap. So 112. There's a gap right here at 112. Just right here. 112. There's a gap. Yeah, there's a gap right there too. And then there's also one at 21040s. 21040s here. Another 45M gap. Oh yeah, bro. It's coming. $108.50. It should bounce at 108.50 here. All right, we just filled the gap. Nice. They just filled the gap here. Let's see what they do here. Are they gonna autofill the next gap? They might. Damn, it just keeps going. Depending on what you're using it for, you may want to add socials. Next line for rejection. 21040s. It's really running, man. It's actually just going. Like, fuck. They're just letting it go today. They're actually letting it go today. This is crazy to me. Okay, seeing a bounce now. Seeing a bit of a bounce. See that little bit of volume now is coming, right? Volume's there. They still have those orders on 350 and 375. It's so funny. It's up here, like, I'm waiting for it, man. I'm actually waiting for them to start turning it. I'm super pumped to see when they do it. That right here is not bad. You know, like, I'm waiting for them to change their mind. Get to a comfortable level, start pumping the shit out of it. Okay. When do you guys do it? When are you guys gonna do it? When are y'all gonna pump this thing? This was about 371 points, right? Let's see how far we're now from open. 371 points. Yeah? No, right? Am I wrong? Yeah, I'm gonna try it out here. Show me a little bit of a sweep here. Try it out. Give me a bounce here, guys. Bouncy, bouncy. Show me a bounce here. Nice swing up. Fuck it. They're gonna swing it though. Shit. We're off the 40s. They filled the gap here on the 40s. Ah, dude, I got out early again, man. No. I'm done, bro. I'm done. I'm done. I know it's gonna bump here, bro. I know it's gonna bump here. You see that in golfing, right? I knew it. It's gonna come here. I jumped out too early again, bro. God, man. That's the second time today. That's the second time today. They're pumping it here. Shit. Yo, look at that. Yo, Elsie, look at this. 368 points from the open, right? Like from up here, 369, 367.50s. And look what they did here. $362.25s. Exactly the same ATR range. Damn it, man. Fucking big ass chicken, bro. Big ass chicken. I don't know what I did there. Like I don't know why I jumped out, but that last trade was $45 when it should have been like 400, 500 bucks. I chickened out there. Crap, bro. That's my bad. That's a mistake. This is gonna run. I'm pretty sure it's gonna run. This is it, man. Yeah, this might be it. Look at the daily bounce here. Look at the daily. Under the straight under the 105, we might retrace 140s here to retest that and then continue. So this right here is my expectation. Expectation is this gap here. Maybe. It bounced right off the 1140 mark, which is the 45-minute gap. So the fair value gap has been closed. So I'm kind of asking myself, like, what's the direction consensus here? There's no other fair value gaps downside or any gaps at all to the downside at this 1140 mark. So what's their next plan here? You know, are they gonna retrace it and potentially fill all of the gaps back up here? Maybe. I think this is a bounce level. Yeah, I'll see you soon. Yeah, it's kind of looking like buyers are here. They're interested for sure. I want to buy. I definitely want to buy. Yeah, this might be a buy. 1140s here, 1140s maybe. On the book map, we have a very big order on 2100s. Maybe I'll go for 60 points down here. Maybe even below the support by fucking 40 points. The market's volatility is shooting up like going higher and higher. Like ATR is really high. It's even higher than before. So we are expecting volatility, big moves outside of the range. Big moves outside of the range, maybe. Yeah, you know what? I think I might be done. I could be done today. Depends on all of it, to be honest with you. Maybe we actually don't get that. Bounce, you know. We didn't gap down. That's another thing, right? We did not gap down, so that kind of like implies that the market can still bounce because we didn't get a gap down. It means market is not that bearish still. And generally, when we get some sort of consolidation like this and second bounces in the range, it does imply so much, honestly. It does imply so much. Almost 400 points the move. Yeah, yeah. It's gonna bounce here, I'm pretty sure. We should see something here, like 1140s. But it's like, it's tightly consolidating underneath. What I want to see, though, is for a break of the 13 moving average here, showing that buyers are interested. And then on top of that, I want to see a slight consolidation above the 13 moving average without any struggle, and then I'll take long. Look at the buying. The buying's coming back. Nice little buying volume here. Yesterday we had a deeper dive before like a nice bounce off of it. So I'm trying to like see whether this is gonna be a nice bounce opportunity here. Maybe I should buy like 5 micros instead. Yeah. Kind of seeing it. Do you see it too? Buyers are here. There's still an order on 2100s. Holy shit, bro. There's a fucking massive order here. 1,000 lots at 37.50s. Like, 1,000 lots. 1,000. Where are they going to push this? The next level I see for an opportunity to get out. Yeah, there's 1,000 lots here. That's crazy. There's 1,000 lots here. Okay, so I think buyers are definitely interested in this area, right? I don't see why not. There's 1,000 lots here. Now I want to see how they test that liquidity here in 37s, and it looks like they're kind of bouncing off that liquidity. So it's make or break here. I think we could get a squeeze here to 2100s and then basically back down. I want to see a little bit of a climb now on the volume profile here. I like that climb. I like that pullback. But priority here for me is the climb. I want to see it climb. And a little bit of a red rejection. That's actually fine. I like the buying volume. I like the buying volume here. Look, decreasing buying volume, it doesn't make sense to me. Like, it should be increasing buying volume, not decreasing here. I like the buys now. I'm gonna jump in longs here. I'm gonna try it out here. I want to see like 100s at least. I'm gonna try it here. I want to see a pump here. At least $275 maybe. A little pump here. Yeah, that's not bad. I see the buying volume here. Do you see it? Increase. It's slightly increasing here gradually. You can see it's starting to float. There's a big order on 37.50s. Really big buying volume order. COB 1,075 lots. Really huge buying volume here. Very big buying volume here. That to me indicates possible strong move right here. We're gonna get a nice squeeze or something like that. I don't know what it is, but it's here. It's here. There's a big pile here. They closed all the orders above the. Actually, no, they haven't closed the orders here at 350s. They have not closed the orders yet. They have not closed the orders yet. Yeah, look at that. Look, it's gonna bounce. It's gonna pump here. I think 21 140s. It's just slightly cracking the over trend here. 1 minute, 1, 2, 3. This is the third time we're doing that, right? So we might get a breakout here. 21 140s. Yeah, I think we're gonna go there. I think we're gonna definitely retest that. I should have held my trade, but you know that's what it is. You know, like I already took 5 trades. I think I'm good now. Like I'm solid. I don't really need to trade more. Yeah, I think I might lock out. I think I'm gonna lock out. I'm done. Yeah, I'm done. I locked out. Uh, that's enough for me. I'm getting greedy. I'm over trading, and I don't want to trade more than you know, I don't want to trade more than that. So, right. I'm about growing my account until I hit at least 5K in profits, right? And I want to take as many less trades as possible. Not too many trades, less trades, in fact. I mean, like, that was a good entry, though. Shit. But, fuck. I always mess up with that. That's okay. Next time. Market was very hard on the downtrend here. So expecting a reversal was expected in a way. But yeah, I see the breakout here. Now we got a nice breakout. The 13 moving average was holding very clean here. We could get a nice recovery and potentially even pivot off of this level here. Because this right here, if you see this right here, do you see this, LC? Look at this, and then just think about what we saw in the bigger picture today. On the 15-minute chart, look at that. And now you see on the 1-minute chart, what do you see here? The same thing. The same thing. This might be a resistance here. 200s is definitely the level of interest if this trend continues to go higher. I'd say. Yeah. I would say that's definitely a level of interest here. I'm going to take a couple of my practice account here and try it out here. I think we could really push it here towards 200s. There's a resistance for a medium reject. Yeah, the 40s here. But I think we're in a good level because if you look at the COB, that was the biggest point, right? COB, 1,074 orders is a lot. So, in fact, if there's 1,073 orders there and they filled, crazy, funnily enough, they filled 931 orders of short at 50, just right here. There's at 50, 50, 50, 53s. There's a 900 orders here of short, 31 short sellers here. Short, right? So right now they're basically volume profiling the whole move up here. I think we could definitely push into, yeah, 200s for sure. There's a lot of activity here. A lot of short sellers are in this range right now. Lots of short sellers. We're talking about 1,000 orders that are already filled, or not filled, but are on the CQC. So orders that have this is the volume profile, the CQC, right? Like basically right now there's apparently 1,000 orders all the way up, and then around here it's 700. So we got 700, 800 in this area, and 500 in this area of short sellers only. So if they get squeezed out of their position, the stop loss should just be right here, 220s, right above this level here. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah. Now we're rejecting here. $200 and $205, yeah, for sure. They should bounce off the 13 moving average here. Sometimes they'll pull it back and then retest the liquidity below before pushing it higher, but I don't know, man. I don't know. It's tough to me. They just pulled the 1,000 orders off the order book, so the 1,000 orders are gone now. Yeah, so there's no order there anymore. at the point where I just want to. I look at the fair value gap. Last is liquidity. All good, man. Yeah, no, no, don't worry. Don't actually worry about that. I know exactly what you mean. I know exactly what you mean, man. I trust me, like I've done the same thing. I've done the same thing. Like I used to get distracted very easily, and especially when I was watching like these other streamers and stuff and like Patrick, it was very distracting for me to trade. So I get that. Don't be apologetic for that, you know? I know the struggle behind that. But my focus is trading my plan. When I trade, I just want to be myself. Yeah, yeah, you can. You know, it's like yeah, my friend's messaging me too about how like he's kind of having complications with the orders and stuff, and I'm just giving him some insight. Shit. Yeah, basically I'm done for the day, man. Yeah, you know what? We're getting a really nice reversal pattern in play right now. As long as this 13 moving average holds in place here, this 13 MA right here, right, and we consolidate above it, I think we could really get a nice spike here. Focus is trading my plan and generating consistent result. Are you done for the day too, Kutan? Trading's tough, man. It's a whole new game. Honestly, trading's really tough. And I don't like. I'm not gonna, you know. I'm definitely not gonna like take that away from people. No, damn, bro, this dump was crazy too. You know what's funny, right? I only took one short trade, and my short trade was up here. Like, all of my trades were long after that. I took a long here. I took a long right here. I took a long here. And I took a long right here. Those were my long positions today. And you can see like how consistent that is because I'm looking at the confirmation, right? Like I want to see a green candle close and I also want to see strong sweeps of liquidity, right? This one right here was an obvious bottom though because on the book map it showed 1,067 orders right here at 37.50s and then I saw this little slight consolidation here. You can see that it's very different from the whole trending, right? There was news. I was waiting for that, and all the moves already happened. Yeah, me too. I was waiting for the news, right? 10 a.m. news for sure is a big one, a big one. And personally, like I thought that today would bounce. To be real with you, like I actually thought today would bounce, but it didn't. So, um, but now that bounce is actually in play. I think there is a really good chance that we could hit 200s here. So I'm gonna keep that order open here, expecting that. No, I blew it up. I blew it up. Happens, man. Five bad trades on my combine. I think it was like right here. I think I oversized or something like that. I don't know what exact. I only took like, wasn't even that bad. You know. I think this is how I screwed up though. I took when I saw this right here, I thought this was gonna break out. Personally, like I thought I got trapped by this 936 candle sweeping 43 points, and I thought we could run it back up to the highs here, retest maybe 411s, and that's what I got trapped by. And then basically I was down 1,100, and then basically on my next trade I took a long as well. I actually took a very nice long to be honest with you. On my next trade I took a long right here at 54s, another 54 long here. I think I don't know. Wait, 365. Okay, so yeah, I took 91. So I took a long here at 91.75s, and then all of a sudden I thought, ah, fuck, you know that's a bad entry. And then I got stopped out right here at 65s because I knew it was gonna come back under, and I knew that if it goes any further, it's gonna blow up my account because the moves were 50 points. No, I honestly like I underestimated the moves. It wasn't actually because um like I messed up my process or something like that. I underestimated the moves, right? I didn't expect them to pull back 50 points here, right? This is a lot. 40-point pullback or even like almost 60-point pullback. I was forced to exit my position. And you know, a lot of the times when I'm taking trades and stuff, especially on a very light consolidation, I don't generally get hit on my stop losses, but when I was checking my stop losses from up here all the way down here, and it said like $2,000, I was like, oh fuck, you know, like my risk to reward was good, but my risk was too great, and that's the problem, right? Sometimes you gotta really know like how much you're risking and like whether that actually makes sense. And when I was risking 2,000, I was like, fuck, you know what? This is a dumb trade because that risk is way too big. 80 like 50 points is too much. Yeah, I know. I should have passed today for sure. And then over here, I think I got out. I stopped out right here. you know, because I knew that, you know, if it went any further, I wouldn't have a chance of passing this account. So I screwed up that. And then right around here, 33s, I think I took a long. Yeah, I took a 47 long here. I took another long here at 47, right? And then I put my stop loss just at the low here of 33. And of course, you know, this was good. This right here is good management of risk to reward. That trade right there is good risk to reward management. That was a $475 loss. So I already took a $1,100 loss from this one. This one was a bad risk to reward trade. So this one was actually obvious that it was bad, and I basically trailed my stop loss up right away, took a half loss. My next trade was actually a good risk to reward trade, and I was expecting for a bounce, but it basically hit my stop loss, and then unfortunately, you know, because I got stopped out, I'm not in a trade anymore. This right here was a double bottom after it closed above it, so I jumped in one more long here around right here, I think, right around here, somewhere here. And then basically I held my contract all the way up to this point. I thought we were going to break. I held my contract, put my stop loss at the low. I had another good entry condition, and I was expecting it to break higher. Instead, it pulls back and, you know, hits my stop loss, and I blow up. So that's what happens, right? Like, it just fucking happens, man. Like, I actually only took 3 trades. 3 trades is not that bad, but you know, when you're taking minis, it's bound to happen, right? Like, if you're taking minis, you're definitely asking for a blow up, unless you're like really sure. And I was more laxed, right? Because when I'm trading my combines, I'm much more laxed. Like, I'm a little bit more laid back, so I don't really think about it too much. But look, like, I'm kind of just waiting on that right here. Like, this one's pretty obvious. So what happens with this account now? I'm just gonna let it reset. Personally, I'm just gonna work on my 250K accounts, grow it to $5,000 for each of them, and you know, by the end of next month, or maybe even whatever it is, you know, that's all that really matters, right? Like, yeah, honestly, I'll see. Like, personally, like, I think I kind of got greedy here, and I jumped in with 2 minis, and I just wanted to pass it right away. I was only $800, right? See, that's the mentality that you fuck up on. Like, that's the mentality that I fucked up on. I jumped in expecting to pass the account in this one move right here, right? So I had myself, that's called FOMO. I basically jumped into a bad trade knowing it's a bad trade. I knew it was a bad trade, but I jumped into it expecting me to pass the account in that one move. And me, because I rushed the process, that's where I fucked up, right? My entry condition should have been here, right? Like, this was not even a proper entry condition, to be real with you. You know, this is not a real entry condition. That right here is this right here is actually the better entry condition. This is not an entry condition. That's me being stupid, you know. I was just being stupid there. That's the reality behind it. So I got fucking blown up, and that's all on me, right? So shit happens. And if I jumped in with 1 mini instead of 2 minis, and I sized properly, I think I would have passed the account today. I would have taken a $500 loss here, another $500 loss right here. My one mini right here would have actually been up $1,000 right here, right? And I would have been break even, and then maybe around this point, I would have been looking at shorts, right? So if I used only 1 mini, I would have passed. But instead, I got a little bit too excited and a little bit too greedy, and I blew it up. But I'm gonna let it reset next month. So yeah, that was a mouthful. I felt like I talked a lot there. I'm gonna let it reset next month. I'm just not gonna chase my accounts. I'm not gonna try to like get a bunch of them all at the same time. It's just not worth the effort, you know? It's just not worth the effort. Yeah. Yeah, 1 mini is good. And you only DCA, you only dollar cost average when you're in a winning trade, right? I just made a mistake. That's all. It's funny because I've been trading with only 1 mini for like the past 2 days on this account, and then I decided that it'd be funny to use 2, right? Yeah, like I traded only with 1 mini the whole account, right? For like the past 2 days. So I have to ask myself, why the hell did I go for 2 minis today? You know? Mistakes happen. It happens, you know. But, you know, on my funded accounts, I'm good, right? Like I took my usual trades, right? I took better risk management. I looked for better risk to reward trades. I looked for those opportunities that would give me a better edge in my trading. And I jumped into trades that had proper consolidations, good levels of support, reasonable insight by looking at my previous history. So I'll look back a month, you know, I'll look back at like 3 months if I have to see if it's reasonable for me to buy here. And and then on top of that, I look at the liquidity. Yeah, exactly. Live to trade another day. And that's what like, you know, I'm implementing that this week, right? Last week I took a 600, like I did fairly well, right? I took a $660 hit. And what did I do afterwards? I took 16 trades. I locked it out. You know, and I think you were there when you saw me lock it out and everything. I was just like, I'm not dealing with this. I'm just gonna let it go and move on to my next week and start fresh, right? And this bothered me though. This $660 bothered the shit out of me. I was bothered, man. I was bothered. I was so bothered by this Friday, and then on Saturday I woke up. The first thing I thought, right when I woke up, man, like the thing that I thought was, man, I took a $660 loss. I woke up with that mentality, man. And you know, trading losses affect you, dude. Trading losses affect you, bro. It really does. And you gotta be like, you gotta be so comprehensive of that. Like, be very understanding that it will affect you, and people underestimate that because it affected me for 2 days, for 2 whole days, man. I was miserable. Yes, like on that Friday, I was like moping and shit, and I was like, man, like I was asking my fiance, I was like, what could I have done better? You know, like what could I have done better with this trading and everything, right? And then my conclusion to it was, I kept thinking to myself, it's like, what did I do wrong? You know, what did I do wrong with my trading? And I looked at the history. I journaled it. I looked back at what I did wrong. I came to a conclusion that I wasn't wrong. You know, I wasn't wrong. I wasn't wrong to actually hit my stop loss 3 or 4 times. I wasn't wrong to actually lock out on my account. I just got unlucky that it just hit my stop loss. That's all there was to it. I had all my entry conditions were good, right? All my entry conditions were very good. And that's sometimes something that we do to ourselves is that when we take a loss, we think that our system's wrong. We think our trading plan is wrong. It's not. Like our trading plan is perfectly fine. Our system works perfectly fine. You just had a one-off day, and that's all there was to it. And what matters the most is having to step back and just letting yourself absorb that, you know. And that's a really hard mentality. When I was trading SPY, same thing happened to me multiple times. I'll be up a few weeks, and one day I'll give double what I made for weeks. Yeah, man, that's that's the reality behind it. It's hard, dude. It's actually hard though, right? When that happened in the back and back to its different outcome. Yeah, yo, like if you guys have a trading system and you notice that it is working, just stick with it. And if it doesn't work for one day, just remind yourself. You can come back, whatever. I don't know, come back to the video and just let me know or something like that. Be like, hey guys, like you could just tell me, be like, hey man, like I fucking did terrible today. It's like, you know, it's perfectly fine, man. It's perfectly fine. You know, like if you feel like you had the process and you traded with your system and it didn't work out, it just didn't work out. But if you, let's say for example, if you have like 5 red days, if you have 5 red days in a row, 7 red days in a row, or red days in a row, there's something wrong. You gotta change your system. There's something wrong. Like that's a fact. There's something wrong with your system. If you're red like 8 to 10 days in a row, there's something wrong with your system. But if you're hitting more than 3 green days, 4 green days a week out of your trading and everything, it means that your system has an edge. It just needs a little bit of fine tuning, and your profits will start getting bigger, right? It's a bad omen, yeah. Yeah, it's a bad omen. You know, like something's wrong. If you got like a lot of red days in a row, something's wrong. And yeah, so that's kind of like what I do with I don't know. I really like trading, man. I really want it to work out. So Like I'm really trying my best to figure out my system here, and I want to perform immaculate, right? Like I want to have immaculate performance instead of just subpar. And yeah, that's the goal, right? And one thing is always be humble, bro. Being humble is such a big thing in trading. Humble is so big in trading. This is not working out. Being humble is such a big thing in trading. You got to be humble, right? Because if you're green on this day 400, green on this day 500, green on the next day 1,000, green on the next day after that 2,000, you're like, you fucking feel like you're unstoppable. But that's where you start really setting up yourself for failure, because it's like you expect that kind of same result every single day, and then when you're down and you're down $500, you're like, "God, fucking like it can't happen, you know, that can't happen, that can't happen, you know, like I cannot be down today, like this is the wrong type of trade," and your ego gets in the way. That's really tough. My fiance is, yeah, she's supportive. I'm happy about that. You know, not a lot of people have that. She's very supportive. I'm lucky to have that much support from her, for real. Um, it's like I don't know if you saw my my short, my reel, whatever. How long have you been trading for, Kutan? Top stuff is helping me to manage my risk as it's locking me out. It's the best happened to me to keep me under check. Yeah, yeah. Like the lockout system is very good. Use it. Like I know, like one of my friends has a really hard time hitting that lockout button when he's like up 500. I'm like, hey, bro, lockout right now, because you've been trading from 9 to 5. That's not how it works. We don't trade the whole day, right? We're not supposed to trade the whole day. That's not the whole point. And when you lock out at like 12 and then you have to ask yourself, what do I do for the rest of the day? That's like you kind of saying, I don't know what else to do. And that's a very toxic thing to do. You know, that's a very toxic trait to have. When you don't know what to do after you're done trading is the hardest part, right? She's asking to find a real job. Honestly, Kutan, I go through it a lot, and sometimes I want to cry and fucking quit. Honestly, like I do want to quit like all the time. But hey, you know, you ask yourself this, Kutan: do you have savings? That's the biggest part. If you have a good amount of savings, if you have a very good amount of savings, and you have something that you can afford to do for a little bit, then that's great. You know what you should always do? You should always give yourself a threshold on how much you're willing to lose until you decide to cut cost and then decide to go back to your job. That's what that's what I do. And I give myself like a mental image of that. So it's like I don't ever run out of money. I don't want to run out of money, and that's the hardest part. And reality is I rather trade until a certain comfortable level, and if I feel like I am not making money, I will go back to a job. I will, you know, and that's part of the process too, you know. And unfortunately, like I don't want to. Obviously, I know you don't want to. I know you don't want to work 9 to 5. No one does. No one does, man. Honestly, Kutan, like I learned these words from somebody that like a lot of people think it's gambling, and I realized that it is kind of like gambling. It's wise gambling. It's wise gambling because you're working with probabilities, right? So it's called wise gambling. But then again, you know, that's why I hate like the trading terminology and stuff too. It's because uh it's like when you go to your friends and stuff and you tell them it's like, hey man, like I do day trading, and they just think you're a degenerate. You're like I'm just like a straight up degenerate. I don't know, like they think they just look at you like you can tell you know exactly what I mean, right? When you tell people that you trade, they look at you with this profound face and they're like, "Oh, you know, like I'm just sitting there. I'm like, dude, I know you're so bullshit, man. Like, I know you're right now. You're thinking through your mind. Oh, okay. Well, I have a job. Like that's what other people think. I can guarantee you that. It's crazy, man. I've been investing for more than 10 years, but trading for the last 4 years. Have you ever thought about like swing trading? Swing trading? Yeah, yeah. Probabilities is yeah. It's a game of probabilities, which is why people call it wise gambling. That's why I like to call it wise gambling. I think it's gambling. I think it's gambling. I'll be real with you. I am a gambler, so I take gambles on all my trades. Right, like I jump into a trade, and my speculation is that this is gonna happen. Right, and that's wise. Right, it's called wise gambling, but when people say gambling by itself, then they're being stupid. Like that's absurd to me, right? But it is wise gambling. I'm very much against lottery and gambling. So when I do trading, my wife is like, "You said no gambling, and you're trading." Yeah, I'm super against gambling too. My dad like gambled away my family's house. My dad gambled away um, all of our savings. He gambled away all of my money. He gambled with all his credit cards. It is bad, man, and that's why I'm very against gambling. Gambling, I'm so against it. I'm very much against lottery games. When I do trading, my wife is like, you gotta give her like a different perspective of it. You gotta like show her. Have you ever tried showing her? Like having like a sit down with her and just really just showing her on what you know, like your knowledge basis. And you know, there's another thing that my fiance mentioned to me when I was trading. Right, my fiance would always tell me after observing how you actually trade, and every time you create your thesis and you actually show me your thesis and the trade actually works out, I'm surprised that you actually don't make money. My wife, my fiance always tells me that. She's always telling me that she's surprised that I have so much of this technical analysis and like this knowledge and everything, but she's always so shocked at how often I get into some trade and it's just like it goes exactly in the direction that I want it to, and I could make a really like a ton of money off of it. But it's just like it's just like my psychology is just holding me back. That's all there was to it. I've never been in a casino in my life. Yeah, I've been in a casino like multiple times. Like 3 times. And every time I did it, I put $10 in and I lose it. And I'm like, what the hell is this? My fiance just works retail, man. She doesn't do anything crazy. She just she works at Uniqlo, right? That's all there is to it. She doesn't have like a high end business job, nothing like that. And I think that's the difference. I don't know what your wife does. Your wife might have like a very high end job. I have no clue. You might have had like a really great job. She might have had a really great job, right? Am I wrong? What does your wife do? We have an order at 2100s. Just under 2100s here. It kind of looks like they want to sweep it, to be honest with you. Like very likely to be to sweep. Under 600. The one has remained the same, but now I'm looking for trend continuation and essentially hunting stops of people fading the trend. She's a pharmacist, but not working currently. Oh, okay. As we had a baby and we moved recently, and I was into banking. Hey, it's good that you're working in bank. I wish I had like a degree where I can actually just work at a bank. I'll be real with you. Like, if I could be a wealth operations officer at like TD Bank or something, I'd be happy too. I'm serious. Like, I would be genuinely happy. Like, I would love to go into an industry where I get to expand my horizons, and learn a bunch of new things. And it's just, I like working. I'll be real with you. Working really helps you develop yourself too. I have a part-time job. I work Saturdays, man. I work at Uniqlo with my fiance, and I work on Saturdays, and it just brings in a small amount of money, but it's like it helped me. It helped me mentally, right? When you have to rely on yourself for strings of income, the psychology behind that, that's actually such like that's an actual psychology thing, right? The having to rely on income, especially on trading, right? To rely on trading as your income is a stressful, very stressful, very stressful. If you can even do this for yourself, like on the weekends, if you ever like if you have a car or something like that, or you have like a bike or wherever you live, and you can do like Uber Eats or something like that for like 2 or 3 hours a day, it's gonna make a difference, man. Believe me, it will make a difference. Even for 1 hour, just drive around, fucking make an order, and boom, like do that 1 hour a day, and it's like you'll feel better, man. Just making a small amount of change to pay for your coffee, to pay for whatever you need to pay for your gas. It makes a difference. It makes a difference. I think that's the best way to really trade, and I know a lot of people underestimate that. Um, Always keeping yourself busy, having a lot of hobbies like sports, whatever it is. I mean, you have kids, so I don't know. I don't know. It's pretty hard for you. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, it's pretty hard for you since you have a baby, right? You're not sleeping. You're not sleeping ever. And that's another thing, right? Kutan, like, I'll be real with you. Like, it could be hard for you too because, like, you know that your wife is not working, right? Your wife is not working, and if you're not working, it's like it's hard on the mental. Like, man, like if my fiance wasn't working, I don't think I would be able to do this. Just to be real, I just don't think I would have been able to do it because it's just too much reliance, right? A lot of reliance on my abilities and too much pressure, right? I went to IKEA weekends and offer moving services in my F-150 350 per day, easy 79.99 per service. IKEA weekends? What is that? What is that? What the fuck? IKEA. Oh, and offer moving services. What kind of moving services? Like, what do you move? Furniture? Like furniture for people? And then you offer service? Bro, Alcy, that's a really great idea, man. Like, I'm not even joking. I would I would do that on weekends. 100%. I would actually do that. I didn't know that. But how do you offer that service to people? Like, what do you do specifically? Like, do you hold a sign or something? Do you ask them? Like, what do you do? You charge them tax? Bro, I would love that. I'm not even joking. Like my fiance's sister has a like an old truck of some sort. Flyers. Only cash? Do you give flyers to people? Do you give it to people? Or like, hey, Elsie, if you don't mind, man, like I would love to make some extra cash on the weekends, especially. That's a pretty cool business, you know. Like that's a nice niche, right? That's a very nice niche for weekends. That's a very nice niche, man. I would do that all day. And is it just yourself that does that, or like just you? And do you help them move that into like their homes and everything? Like elaborate. I would love to. I would actually love to do that, man. You'll offer assembling when I have time. Okay. Do you charge them extra for assembling? Sometimes with your dad. Wow. Hey, if you ever feel like sharing, like what your flyers look like and everything, feel free to like show me because honestly, like any kind of like amount of money works. Like it helps me out a ton. So I would love to work on the weekend to like borrow like my stepsister's car or something like that, and then drive it to IKEA and then pick it up for people and then bring it to their homes. Like I would love to do that. And I have time. Many times I don't charge, only lunch, and you have a client forever. Also is entertain. The target is woman, elderly. Oh, sick man. Good for you. Seriously, that's crazy, man. That's wild. I am so shocked, bro. And it's crazy that you're in the U.S., so you're charging 80 US dollars, bro. That's crazy. Oh my god. Yo, 80 USD to CAD, that's $114, bro. Like, what? Bro, they IKEA has a delivery system in Canada. Like, like they're yeah, in Canada it costs and does okay, so what? Like doesn't IKEA in where you're living like in the US like have a assembly option and when you're like because they offer delivery and assembly services in Canada. Oh, they don't do that in the US? No, they offer in the US as well. They offer it for like $79. Oh, wow. Task Rabbit. Whoa. I love this, man. Because my fiance's family are currently they're kind of like sick right now, but they're like handymen, like they actually need work and they haven't been getting a lot of like calls and everything. So this could be essential. This is really helpful, man. Thank you. They're having a hard time, so it's like I want to help them out. Oh, Oh, I see. So you're just offering like on the spot kind of that's great. I love that. That's amazing for you. TaskRabbit operates an online marketplace. Cool. Cool, 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 cool. What do you need help with? So you go on TaskRabbit and basically people ask for you. Oh my god. $52 per hour? What is this? I'm missing something here. Like this assembly service provided for IKEA. Become a tasker. So are you a tasker? Wow. I love that, man. I would actually do this. That's shocking. My view right now on NQ, I think shorts, man. I think shorts will play out. I think it's gonna go down. They got a lot of liquidity on 37s here. So they got one order here, 37s, 25s, and also 2100s. So 2100s probably the most I could see it at here today. It could happen. Either side, really. Like you can take your risk. Either one, Kutan, you take your entry around the 105, which is around here, 21 130s as a short entry. You can also put in a couple micros here for a short entry because it does look like they're rejecting this high here a little bit. But you never know, really. Like I actually don't. I'm not really entirely sure to be real with you. I just know that the sellers are really strong, and that there's a very fine line of buyers and sellers here. Like you can see, the volume is decreasing here on the buy side still. A double bottom. Yeah, but you know, safer trade as always. Go with the trend, not against the trend, right? With the trend, not against the trend. And I think shorts will play out. I think right now we're holding the 13 moving average a little bit too tightly. So the tighter it is, the better. But 105 is coming here. So either one, we come here to retest this stupid 105 right here and then start doing this shit and then eventually sell off, or we break above. Look, you can see it now. Triple top, right? We have very high volatility, so it's very unlikely for things to fake out. We had a strong selling volume here. We couldn't push above the 105, the 13 moving average here. We printed a lower low. We now have another lower high here. So question is, do you think this would be a good short, right? Your entry would be here. Your stop loss would literally be here. Technically, like this is a good entry now. I would not let the trade go above this. And that's my overall thesis on it now, right? We're starting to make lower lows here on a very tight range. And the last trade we had here, we had a seller that swept this level here. This is technically a key level here, the 40s here. So we're shorting for sure. Like I think this will sell off when it breaks this key right here. And this one specifically as well. I think it's going to break both. If it breaks this, it's definitely going to break that. Right? I had a long entry condition originally right here for me to go longs, right? But it came back, hit my stop loss, and then basically that shouldn't have happened if it was going to run to my next target level. But the fact that it did, I'd rather take a short and run for the next level down below. So now we're in that support range here, right? We could definitely wash out below here, I'd say. You too, Elsie. Have a green day. All right. Yeah, I mean, have a great day. Have a great day. Thanks for coming by, man. I'll see you around. TaskRabbit is a service that uses IKEA for assembling, not independent at the door. Weekends are $650 to $800. $650 to $800. Yeah. What is this? No worries. I'm practically done for the day too, actually. Just thinking about going to the gym now. Yeah. Wow, this is really sick, man. I love that, man. TaskRabbit, dude. Should continue here. That was a liquidity sweep. Alright, short position here. And that's a long position there. And aiming for loving a trade that works out. fuck? Why is it so bright? Damn. Wow. This is a really nice thing, man. It's actually so cool. I'm hungry as well. So I'm still in that trade at the moment. I wonder how this is gonna go out. Well, the order flow of 2100s is now flipping. I'll get out of this trade. It's gonna break even, most likely, I have a feeling. Yeah, so that's a nice practice trade. I think I'm done. I think I'm done. I think I'm done. I think I'm done. Friday puts. Yeah, that's the right play. Here's the bounce. Mr. Bouncy, bounce, bounce. All good, man. Kutan's okay. Oh, shit. Alright. Bouncy bounce, bouncy bounce. Oh my god. I bet you right here 200s now. I can tell you right now this is going to the moon. Yeah. That's got to go to the moon, right? How does your mom feel about your trading? She's okay with it? That's all that matters, man. Do you talk to your mom every day? Do you call her like every day? My mom? My mom just wants me, to be able to take care of myself. That's all there is to it. And she's always scared that because I don't have like an education, I'm not gonna make it in life. That's her biggest fear. That's all there is to it. She's worried that like if she ever passes away, it's like whether I'll be able to sustain myself. And yeah, she's a real one. She's a real one. Kind of thinking right now. I need to call my mom more, to be honest with you. I don't think I do that enough. It's like I have a fucking bite on my under my neck or some shit, or like it's not like my lymph node or something. I got like a fatty deposit on my fucking under my ear. They want to see their kids successful. Yeah, it's so true. My parents are very proud of my sister. She's a biomedical illustrator and she's a hiring manager or director now. Yeah, she is. I'm lucky. I'm really lucky. It's hard, man, to be away from your family. I don't know how, like, you guys can do that. Like, honestly, I can't. I wouldn't even know what to say or do. That's probably why I don't call my mom as much, but we have a really good relation, so. I had a friend that had a really great suggestion on, a very great suggestion on how to like. I should add some socials to my Instagram thumbnail or something like that, or like my thumbnail for YouTube. It'd be nice to have that. Actually, some socials. That's actually true. I didn't think about that. You know, this is really looking like it now. Hey, this might be it. This is looking good. Looking like a really great reversal. This might be the 200 mark, maybe. This is the bounce maybe I was expecting. Maybe we're going to come back here. Same day. 350s, huh? One other reason I want to do trading is able to make money when I'm in India to take care of your parents. Yeah, man. I agree with you. That career path is hard, man. How old are your parents? My family, my mom is like 1963. Yeah, she's old. My mom is 62 years old. My dad is 65. Yeah. This thing is above the 13 moving average for me. Look at the how it rides that 13 moving average. This to me is bullish, bro. Like this has to be bullish. This, you see how it's floating above the 13 moving average? That indicates to me that we're getting a reversal soon. We're getting a reversal. If it breaks 105, this 13 moving average can curl above it, and we can get a nice move here back into maybe 21 120s here. And above this, this is definitely the breakout level to me. That's a breakout level. And on the order book, we have, let's take a look at the order book here. Order book, we got no orders below anymore. All the orders are cleared up. Our next order is around 300s here. 300s. Maybe 300s. 300s, open order, 142 orders. Nothing else is below. There's no other orders below. Nothing. There is one at 2100s for 158 lots, but you know, after this big sell off for the past like 7 days, like I don't know like how we're not gonna get a bounce here. You know what I mean? Like I think we're gonna get a bounce. It's gonna happen. Look at each of these candles from history, bro. Look at the history. Just check the history. Look how big these bounces are, right? Almost the whole candle, half of the candle, 60% of the candle. Like, if there's no bounce here, I will be dumbfounded. I'm not even joking. There's definitely going to be a bounce, right? Just look at the history of bounce on these daily candles. We're in that range to get a really big bounce. So I think we got a really good chance here. We broke above the 105 moving average. First time breaking above the 105 moving average, by the way. And the last time we did that, we pulled back and then we started swinging for highs here. So, what does that tell you? We won 115 points from the overnight session. Based on the overnight range, based on the range here, I think we could probably do 200 points, maybe 200. So maybe around here. Yeah, actually, 21 200s would be nice. I'll do that. 21 200s. I think that's very reasonable here. It's very bullish right now for me. It's a very high reward type of trade for me at the moment. Very high reward. Yeah. It's just a practice account, you know? I'm just practicing, but I see the opportunities. You know, this right here, I would have taken on my personal account too, my SFA. If only I had like a little bit more balls to fucking hold on to my trades. But then again, you know, all the times that I had balls to hold on to my trades over here, they kept on going down. So it's like, you know, it just this one I got a little bit more balls to hold. It's my practice account. We're about to cross over here on the 13 moving average over the 105. Yeah. I mean, the only source of resistance here is 21, 154.75. We engulfed the previous candle in the 5-minute. There is no fair value gaps in between the trend. Right? We're above the 13 moving average. Seems like a really good setup. Selling candle with increasing volume on the second green candle. Yeah, it looks like a squeeze to me. Yeah. You can definitely retrace this 5-minute fair value gap here. So I'd probably sell 3 off here. 3 or 4, maybe 3. Yeah, I could say 3 here. Yeah. Clear breakout. Look at that. Let's sell 1 here. Sell another 1 here. Maybe like 2 more. There you go. Okay. I'll sell like 1 last one. I'll let my last one trail here for a little bit. And then I might add to my position maybe. But we're inside that level now. We kind of rejected it slightly on this gap. I'm out. I'll take a win on that. And then I'll see if I can get another entry here. The stop just right here. Me? Oh, that's a good question. I have watch hours are if I can find it. Give me 1 second. The hell? Oh, here it is. Okay, wait. I have 62.5. That's okay, you know, like I'm okay with that. That's better than nothing, really, right? I think it's a lot. Actually, it's a lot to me. Oh, but overall, right? 300 and 300.5 watch time. Just over, like, for my whole channel, I guess. Over 2 years. Yeah, I'm trying to grow it. Like, I think I can. There's a lot of things that um, I think there's a lot, you know, I can do here to increase my, you know, like, it's funny. The male age and gender lifetime views is 68.4% of male. I have 31.6% of females watching me. Am I really that smooth? Am I really that smooth? That's crazy. Um, and they're mainly between 18 to 34, 18 to 34 years old, and sometimes mainly from Canada, US, India, UK, and Philippines. I got a Filipino watching me. That's cool. Mainly from Canada, though. I got 347 views from Canada. Anybody from the US gives me more longer watch time. Seems like the people from the US actually prefer, like, looks like people in Canada can't keep their brain, like, they can't keep their attention span small enough. Wow, look at that move. Look at that. That's crazy to me. That's a really nice setup. Look at that 9 moving average bounce here. Just really keeps going. I think 11,200s actually. I might be right about it. See, this is my favorite. Yeah, like this is my favorite setup, you know, like I'm telling you, it's a very great one, a very good one. If you ever see something like this and it's riding the 13 moving average, like actually riding it, and it doesn't dip under at all for the like for a long duration, like up to this much or something like that, if it doesn't dip below it for like almost 15 minutes, it's gonna run. It's gonna run, you know, like it's a classic setup usually for me. Like over here, like that. Let me show more examples of it. This is not valid. This is valid right here. This is a valid one, right? But slightly invalid too. So I want to see it like, I'll show you another example of what that looks like. This one. You see this? I love seeing trends like this. I will see it clearly usually. I can see it very clearly if I can tell, you know, I could really tell if it's holding above it. If it holds above like this, yeah, it's very consistent, especially if there's going to be a bull run. Um this one right here, not so great. You can tell, right? Like look at it, look at the price action here. This stupid shit. And then look at how it dips under, but you can tell there's sellers here, right? And then if you look back at this one, tell me it looks slightly different. It's very different. You can definitely tell it's a little bit different. It's more apparent right here at like these 1 minute candles, like climbing like this. This is my favorite. I love it. Yeah, 21. I used to use 21, but it just wasn't clear enough for me because sometimes when you use the 21, you get into the trend very late. You get into the trend very, very late, and it's not good. This one is not valid, right? You see how it's like creating this, like lower high concept. No, you don't want that. You know, you want clean higher high moves very tightly along the 13 moving average. This pump right here is technically valid in a way, but you want to see it more tighter than that. I like tight, like I'm telling you, like super tight, like that, you know? It's very accurate. Yep. It's very accurate. This one is not good, right? This one's not that good. I wouldn't trade that either. Low volume. Let's take a look. I need to show you a really good example because I know it's here. I take trades like that 90% of the time. This is good volume. Like that. See that? That's something you want more replicated. You want to replicate longs like this. And when you see the break, it's very obvious. Yeah, yeah. That's why like you have to be very conscious of the third like of your price action theory. Very conscious of it. I'm very conscious about my price action theory. Like I will not take the trade unless like I can guarantee it's gonna work out. Like I'm very conscious about how it looks too. If it's grinding up, this doesn't look that good to me. This would be not that great to me. I don't. This low volume, anyways. This one is looking good to me. This would be good to me, in my opinion. If it broke out here, I'd take long. I would probably take long here. Um, this one not that great. You can see there's more red candles in between. This one not so great, but I took that long anyways. Let's see what else I can find. Slightly. This is okay trend, but I wouldn't take it either. I wouldn't take that. I would get scared. I would 100% get scared. I could take this. I would buy right here. Most likely. Very small scalp. Used to get faked out? Yeah. Which is why, like, you know what it is? You can use, that's why I use, like, I think you use it too, though, the 105 moving average. You told me that. You told me that you use that. The 105 moving average is gold. It's really gold. It works very well with the 13. I don't like stuff like this. You know, like no pumping. Pumping is not my thing, right? Pumping always comes with a dump. It's in my Discord too, and I mentioned how like I always love to see tight consolidations before anything else. So it's like I'll even show you. Here it is. So I can show you on what I do with my Discord usually. You can look at this image here, right? I always like to see pennants for fake breakouts, downward channels, consolidation reversals, and then on the left-hand side, I have something where it's like called tight consolidation upside, tight consolidation downside. I love those. Those are my A+ setups as well. The fuck, man. I don't know why my fucking thing is never doing things properly. There. Yeah. So yeah, there it is, 21,200s. Right? I should have held that though. For a practice account. Like I should have held. I got out way too early on that one. Whatever, man. I hate that. Yeah. It's not. I don't know. That annoys me. So I like. I need to start like learning how to hold to my profit targets because it really makes a difference. Honestly, like if I like my entry condition was so good. Is that really clean entry conditions? That was 146 points. My risk was literally like 40 points. It actually could have been less, to be honest with you, because I knew it wouldn't retest this if it was riding it like that. Yeah. So I followed two theses there, right? I followed my 13 moving average, and my second thesis was the daily. The daily. I think we're gonna get a big wick back into 300s here. Still, we're above the 105 moving average too, so. But that's it. That's it, Kutan. I'm done for today. I'm gassed. I traded too much. Stayed on for too long. You know, I just need to go to the gym or something. Honestly. But thanks for coming by, Kutan. Yeah, I will see you tomorrow. I'm gonna go to the gym and probably just relax a little bit for the rest of the day. All good, man. I hope you have a great day and take it easy. I'll see you later. Later.